to watch the action tonight. Scott McTominay back at the Emirates after a special day for himself yesterday, coming on for the first team, dying embers of the first team match against Arsenal, having an opportunity to score as well, which he nearly took with aplomb. Tonight wears the captain's armband in the second string side.
Okay, cheers.
United out early into the tunnel, ready to get cracking and possibly put Arsenal to the sword. An Arsenal side who lost last time out at Sunderland by 2-1. Their only defeat in the last 5 games. United 3-game unbeaten run, having lost the previous 4. Starting to turn things around, starting to kick into gear, hoping to end on a bit of a high after what's been a really testing season. A very small group of players for United at this level. They've all had to put a shift in, they've all had to play through the pain barrier at times to make sure that there were enough numbers to play and to get the desired results. And even though it's been a tricky season, some real highlights along the way, including that wonderful 1-0 win at Liverpool at Anfield with that late goal. Might well see some similar kind of drama tonight in these first team surroundings, Lou.
Well, when you get a lot of injuries, Dave, in the under-23s, it gives a youngster a chance to make that progress from the under-18s and get his opportunity to show everyone what he's all about. And that's happened with 1 or 2 of them. So that's the good thing that's happened out of the injury situation. And, you know, along can come a star that you don't realise it is a star, and all of a sudden he's on the verge of the first team and playing for the first team.
Now is the calm before the relative storm.
Just as soon as you're ready, Dean, yeah?
Yes, players just look across to their left or their right, side for the night perhaps. Have a little look at who is playing in the flesh. Start getting into the zone to try and produce the goods. Always special for these young players to run out on a first-team ground. It's hopefully a taste of what's to come for the future for them. Certainly Scott McTominay is proof of that, leading Manchester United out here 24 hours after making his first-team debut. Now let's have a little look at who is starting, just in case you're joining us late, for both sides here tonight. This is a Manchester United side showing 4 changes from the last game in the league, the 0-0 draw against Leicester City. One of those comes in goal, where Kieran O'Hara starts in place of Dean Henderson. Axel Tuanzebe played the full 90 minutes here yesterday for the first team, so he doesn't start tonight. In his place, Tyrell Warren comes in at centre-half. Matthew Olasunde returns after a goal-scoring spree at the Dallas Cup, and Josh Bowie starts up front. Matty Willett wears 8 and plays in the middle of the park. He could face 2 brothers wearing Arsenal colours tonight. Chris Willock, who starts for the Gunners, wearing the number 11 shirt, will play on the left-hand side of an attacking midfield 3. And his brother Joe Willock, who starts on the bench, having scored twice against United's under-18s last Wednesday. Matty Willock, a former Arsenal player himself, where he was at the club looking at players like Carl Jenkinson, of course, signed from Charlton, and plays at right back tonight. Sort of frozen out of the first team picture a little bit here. He was expected to join Crystal Palace in January. That move didn't arise. He is now playing for a bit of game time tonight, his 7th reserve appearance of the season. So Matty Willock, the elder of the 3 Willock brothers, will look to put the other 2 in their place tonight, perhaps a little bit. Bit of family rivalry with brother Chris starting for Arsenal, and Joe Willock on the bench, waiting to come on for the Gunners, having, as I said, grabbed a brace a few days ago at Altrincham against the under-18s. Stage is set. The ground certainly a lot less full and a lot less noisy than it was just over 24 hours ago. But it's a stage for many youngsters, and indeed for the experienced Carl Jenkinson, 25 years of age now. 62 Arsenal appearances down through the last few years. Joe Willock there just taking his place on the Arsenal bench, waiting for his opportunity to come on and cause some more trouble for Manchester United. We're set to go. Referee Dean Treleaven from Portsmouth has the whistle. Arsenal have the ball, ready for kick-off. 2 games to go for United, both tricky tests against North London opposition, and both at first-class, first-team venues. Tonight, the Emirates against Arsenal. Next week, Old Trafford against Spurs, as a long, challenging season comes to a close.
Well, I went on the pitch, Dave, half an hour before the kick-off here, and I thought, after yesterday, will it be in a poor condition? Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So there's no excuses that there was a match here yesterday expect to see some good football from these teams, and we expect to see goals.
Arsenal against United down through the years at first team levels, always been pretty feisty and pretty fascinating. We'll see if that kind of spirit is recreated here tonight in the second string.
Well, the calm we saw in the tunnel there between the two teams before kick-off, that never used to happen with Manchester United in the tunnel. There was always plenty of action in the tunnel before the game started and after the game.
This is Tyrell Warren, fizzing that ball across to Matiola Sunday. A little bit loose, which gives Arsenal a chance to attack. Savas Morgos looking for space to shoot. It was Cameron Borthwick-Jackson who took the brunt of that shot. Josh Harrop to Matty Willock, and now Demi Mitchell. He's certainly one of the players who seems to have learnt the most this season, becoming a regular in that number 3 shirt. Various injuries and players going out on loan have given him the opportunity there, and he's well and truly grasped it. This is Tyrell Warren who gets the chance tonight in the number 4 shirt in the absence of Tuanzebe. Charlie Scott's header falls to Arsenal, to Reece Nelson, one of a handful of players in this Arsenal squad tonight who played against the United under-18s a few days ago. Harrop. This is Mitchell. Harrop again. You can already hear the instructions from the side from both coaches. Keep moving the ball quickly. They want pace. They want precision with the passing. Mitchell smuggles it through towards Willock. Back to Mitchell again. Helped out here by Charlie Scott. Harrop to Scott. Towards Mitchell. The idea was right, but the execution not quite. Clearly, Nicky Butt wants that kind of energy in the performance, in the passing. It's that passing, moving style that normally opens teams up.
I was just going to say, Dave, that here at this stadium, it's a big pitch, there's plenty of room, but in the opening stages, players are a little bit congested as the minutes go by. I expect to see a little bit more gaps appearing for both teams to take advantage of.
First touch for Matt Macy, who's the Arsenal goalkeeper tonight, stands at 6'7". So any high balls tossed into the box, he'll be favourite to grab those. The 22-year-old shot stopper who signed from Bristol Rovers. Here's Matty Willock against his old club. The ball just hit his heels there as he tangled with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now here come Arsenal. Ola Sunday trying to make the challenge. McTominay's there as well. It's Warren who beats it away. Callum Gribben who takes it in his stride. It opens up for Cameron Borthwick-Jackson. Now Harrop. Scott, who in the early stages is always on hand to accept the pass and try and keep United moving. Mitchell through the legs towards Borthwick-Jackson, who's whirling that one in towards Bowie. Comes to Gribben. United have plenty forward here. Gribben, though, decided not to pick out a blue shirt.
Well, there wasn't that many blue shirts in the box, in fairness to Gribben. Decided to take his opponent on.
Then Kamara to Maitland-Niles. Seems to have been in the game for a long time. He's only 19. Various loan spells. Bowie to Gribben. Back to Bowie, looking to pull it back here for Joshua Harrop, maybe. And Macy managed to keep it out with the legs. He'll have seen that late. United looking for the quick-fire start here against Arsenal.
Well, this looked like a goal on the cards. Cut back. Josh Harrop with a shot. Good save from the goalkeeper with his legs. That's what Josh is all about, arriving late in the box.
It's a long way down when you're 6'7".
I don't have that problem, Dave.
And it comes from Gribben. Plenty charging onto it, including Charlie Scott. And it's hoisted away by Carl Jenkinson. The Arsenal manager has a familiar surname. Steve Gatting is the man in charge, brother of Middlesex and England cricketer Mike Gatting, but of course had a very successful spell in sport himself. 76 Arsenal appearances, 6 goals in the 70s and early 80s. Played in 3 successive FA Cup finals in midfield. Former Arsenal player who moved to Brighton and played against United in the 83 Cup final.
I remember him.
In the playoffs tonight, Division 2, Newcastle have taken the lead against Fulham. An early goal in that game. In the Merseyside derby as well, Liverpool lead champions Everton. They've had an early chance here, not quite the early goal. This is Warren to Olasunde, who scored a great goal against Real Salt Lake over in America recently. Tiptoed his way through the defence, lovely finish as well. One of our goal of the month contenders for April. Here's Bowie. Away it goes from Arsenal, only as far as Mitchell. Couldn't quite bring it down. Challenge was made by Willock. Chris Willock, that is. Had the ball, lost it, and then chopped down Callum Gribben.
Easy decision for the referee, right on the spot.
Gribben looking for the run of Matty Willock, but Matt Macy quickly off his line.
Made a good start, Dave, for an away team. I thought we